Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. Appreciate you stopping by for a quick video. So recently a couple of other YouTube creators have had a discussion about pallets on a rotary table. Lee Peaton, Tin Barn Workshop, I think I'll try to put the right names down. And then Chris, Old Man's Workshop or Old Man's Machine Shop. I'm an old man, I can't remember everything. But those, I watched both of their videos, and it prompted me to go ahead and produce a quick video for you and show you what I added to my rotary table. And hopefully you'll find it useful, and I think you'll find what I found useful. Not happy, but we got through it. So stand by and we'll move on this video. And again, thanks for stopping by, and hope you really enjoy. Take care. Well, in preparation to discuss my rotary table, I thought I would just, I cleaned off the one side of my mill. I was going to take the cover off, and it's a good thing. You ready? This is ugly. Oh! I about crapped when I saw that. Well, I've been using a different water-soluble coolant, and I've never had this problem before. It's a new product that I used, so I'm glad that I decided to do this little video on my rotary table. So vise has got to come off here also, and I got to clean, but I'll be back to you in a minute. Let me get this cleaned up. Well, I started sliding off the other cover plate, and oh, this is not nice. Well, thought I'd show this. This is what happens. Hobby machinist, haven't done anything out here for 2.5, 3 weeks. The weather's changed, a lot of humidity in the air. It's actually raining today, and I'm not happy about this. This has never happened to my mill. I mean, I've had a little bit, but this is bad. I hate to see what's under this vise. We'll get to both see it though. Let's see what we got. So it's a good lesson to all you guys out there. Water-soluble coolant can do this. When I first got Cool Mist, I wasn't mixing it rich enough, and I had a little bit of a rusting problem, but I had caught it real early. Well, hey, there's the good news. Vise was down nice, and not a problem on the bottom of the vise. So that's the good news. Okay, well, let me pack this vise off of here, and it's primarily moving you there, but it's surface, no pitting. So let me get to scrubbing and cleaning, and then we'll be back and have a discussion. Arrgh. You know something? In the midst of cleaning here, when I touched the underside of my quill, there you go. It made me think of my good friend Chewy. He would come over and use my machine, and he would go to set up and put a collet in, and he would touch there, and he would go like that and look at me and go, "What the hell?" Ah, my good friend Chewy. So what made me want to stop for a second and discuss Chewy is, as I said, he's my good friend. He's a retired tool maker. He's taught me a lot, and unfortunately he has moved a couple, 2.5, 3 hours away, but he suffers from diabetes, and he paged me last night. He's in the hospital, and he's having some severe problems with his foot. He's had surgeries before and has lost toes. So I just wanted to mention to you, if everybody can put it in their heart and their thoughts and their prayers, that things go well for my buddy. Chewy, I know you watch me every now and then, and you know I'm thinking of you. Okay, my friend. And I'll keep things cleaner. Well, as I'm cleaning away here, I thought I'd just share a couple thoughts. I'm using just some gray Scotch-Brite with some WD-40 first. The table will get stoned afterwards, but as I went through and started cleaning the whole mill, I talked to it the whole time and apologized to it, to the tooling gods. It's been a great machine. It's a Samsung, or it's not Samsung, stupid ass. It's a Supermax, variable, not a variable speed, but a step pulley head. And actually, I bought the machine kind of on an accident. I was looking to buy a mill, and a friend of mine that was a tooling dealer, kind of, he said, "Hey, there's a smart vertical mill up in Scotts Valley. Go get it." I think it was $2,200. It's a heck of a buy. Well, I knew nothing. This is about 6 years ago. Still don't know much. But I went up there, looked at it, and bought it. I didn't know what I was buying. Hey, it looked nice. It was clean. The guy that owned it was the only one that ever had operated it, and most of its life it cut plastic. And for the $2,200, I got the mill. I got a rotary phase, 3-horse rotary phase with it. I got a vise with it. This vise that I just took off, Chewy gave me, which is a Kurt. The original vise was the original one that came with the machine from Supermax. And I can't pronounce, it's Wai Ching Manufacturing or something like that. And a whole array of end mills, drill chuck, collets, collet holder. So all in all, it was actually a really good purchase by mistake. So when my buddy went with me to go pick it up, he goes, "I thought I was a smart. What'd you buy this for?" I says, "You just told me to come buy it. I didn't know what I was buying." Oh well, I owned it, and we brought it home, and I have to say it's just been a heck of a machine since the day I owned it. Tolerances are very, very well, especially for my abilities and for what I do. My toolmaker buddy Chewy was always happy with the machine. I guess he knew not to bitch, otherwise he wouldn't get to use it. But anyway, I just had to mention while I'm cleaning here that I've been talking to the mill and apologizing profusely for letting this happen to it, and at the same time talking to the tooling gods, and of course thinking about my good buddy. All right, I'll be back here. We'll get into the rotary table discussion. Okay, the mill's pretty well cleaned up. I didn't clean up the very base, but I thought I'd just show you. I've got the book from the mill. It's the YC 1.5 VA, and that's the manufacturer of the machine. And when I purchased it, it didn't have the power feed. I added that. It didn't have the DRO. I added that up here also. And then I also added a power drawbar up top there and made my own mounts for it. There's lots of variety of ways to mount a power drawbar to a pulley head mill, and I've did videos on it if you want to go back and watch them. I'm really happy, and it's worked out really, really well. So we'll get on to the rotary table now, and hopefully the mill has forgiven me. Okay, here's my rotary table. It's a Jet, and it's a HV8 something, so it's an 8-inch round plate on it, and it's a horizontal vertical HV. And when I got it, I actually traded a unit that I had, and when I traded, I ended up getting this guy. I traded straight across, and I also, you can see this has got a spud and a plate, and it also has a 3-jaw chuck that fits the rotary table, which is sweet. But this plate, set that down. This plate that is on here was on my old one. So there's only 2 hold downs into the T-slots. I didn't remake it. It's worked fine so far. And you can see that I put a variety of different hold downs. So I could use my 1/2 inch hold downs. I can use smaller hold downs, 3/8. That seems like it's worked out really well. And then my center plug is also threaded, so I can actually tie down right in the center whenever needed. That's worked out well. Well, you might say, why is there a square plate? Well, I thought it was ingenious. Maybe it's not. I thought I'd show you this. This was something I picked up one day in amongst the tools and looked at it, and it's got tooling balls on the bottom side, and it's got a guy's name. And if you set it down on a granite plate, this is not level. And showed it to people, and nobody knew what the heck it was, and what the heck is it? Well, one day I finally figured it out. Somebody had built it for the mill, and you bump the tooling balls against the slots, and you have a square, 45 or a square. So what I typically do, I just had to show you this, but I would typically square up my rotary table, the face of my rotary table, and then I'll run an indicator on here also, so that when I'm at 0, this is parallel with the table, perpendicular and parallel with the table. Now I have an XY reference on my rotary table, which I've found really, really useful. I can pick up this, and then I know that I'm milling straight across the part after I set it in here. So I thought it's just a quick show. I think having a square rotary pallet on the rotary table is far more helpful than a round one in the long run, in my view. And you can see I also milled rings in here, so I had some set off. The table does need to be cleaned off again. Okay, so it was just a quick share of that. I thought it was interesting. And we'll sign off with that. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you on the next video. And just so you know, this video was supervised by my partner in crime here, old Howie.